So, as with everything else in my life, I've left this speech to the very last minute. And this morning, finally admitted I'd run out of time, so I turned to the internet and downloaded one. I haven't actually had a chance to read it yet, so I hope it's alright. I've known Jenny since roughly 7th of June 1986, give it a two. And since that day, she's always mothered me. She used to get me ready, feed me, and pull me along to wherever she was going. This evening being no exception. Most siblings seem to squabble or fight, but I've been very lucky to have Jenny as an older sister, as this has never been the case for us. We have always got on extremely well, and Jenny is more than just a sister to me. She is also a true friend. Jenny has always been older than her age, and she's always looked after me, taken care of me, helped me when I've been in a tricky situation, and looked out for me right from when I was a baby to today, for which I'll always be eternally grateful and love her very much for. This actually came in very useful for me when I was going through high school. Jenny has always been quite a catch, and dated one of the popular guys or the harder men of our school. So if ever I got in if ever I got in a spot of trouble, I could always just let that particular person know that Jenny was my sister, and who her boyfriend was at that particular month. Very well recently, as it seemed going through high school, and I'll just get away scot-free. It was perfect. Jenny has always been very good to me, and as I was growing up, she'd always let me hang out with her friends, which actually worked quite well to my benefit once or twice in my later teens. I can remember one day in particular when I must have been only 9 or 10, and Jenny had some friends round and they were playing the wedding game. For those of you that don't know, the wedding game is where one of them pretends to be the bride and they carry out a wedding ceremony, as I assume all young girls do. Anyway, on this particular game, Jenny was the bride, and they're all acting out their roles when they remember they haven't named the imaginary groom. Quite amazingly, and honestly, this is a true story, I kid you not, the name they decided on that day to give the groom was Kerry. How crazy is that? That's weird. Do you remember that, Jen? You don't remember it? No, it's because I'm lying. But if it had been real, it would have been a great story. That brings me nicely on to Kerry. Good old Kerry. I first met Kerry one Saturday morning at our old family home in Salting. I was very hungover after a heavy Friday night and was on the way to the bathroom from much needed wee. En route, the bathroom door opened and out walked Kerry, all kitted up in his Brian of Albion gear, just on the way to leave for a match. We introduced ourselves and said hello, and then I learned one very, very valuable lesson that morning that I'll never ever forget. Never ever walk into a bathroom straight after Kerry leaves. That smell is what me ever since, and it will do for many years to come. Now, on a serious note, right from that very first day I met Kez, we've got like a house on fire. You regularly see us out together on a Saturday night after the football in Brighton, getting very drunk together. Then towards the end of his career, on a Wednesday night and a Saturday night. And then at the end of his career, a Wednesday night, a Friday night, a Saturday night, a Sunday, and any other day we could get an excuse to get a drink in. Kez has always treated me like a brother from the very beginning, and helped me out in every and any way possible. Always being there for me, and for this I'll always be always grateful. So welcome to the family, Kerry. I couldn't have personally picked a better brother. Aww. Jenny and Kerry, as a couple, have always let me tag along with them as well. If they were going for a drink, a meal, or just chilling out at home, they'd always invite me and make me feel very welcome. One of these evenings nicely puts together the relationship I feel I have with Jenny and Kerry. It was a chilly Saturday evening a few years back when I was a bit short on cash, and Jenny and Kerry invited me down to the plough in the village for a couple of drinks. I'm saying I couldn't afford it, they told me not to worry, and they would pay for me. After a couple of too many pints for Kerry and I, Jenny still being completely sober, she doesn't really drink too much, and was driving, Kerry and I made a bet. It was around about midnight, and the bet was that if I jumped into Rotterdam Pond and swam over to the island, collected one of the fake swans and swam back with it, it'd give me 100 quid. So even though it was absolutely freezing and the water was pretty much just contaminated and filthy, I jumped at the chance at £100, stripped down to the boxers and jumped right in. On my return back, Kerry and I were in fits of laughter, and Jenny was put up with our drunken banter. She was always done so well, and I'm sure she'll always do, and mainly was just concerned about my health. Even though she did make me sit in the boot. just on another thanks to Jenny and Kerry, I would truly like to thank them for giving me such a beautiful and amazing nephew and niece. I feel very privileged to be their godfather, as to Harrison and Amelia, and I'm sure they feel very privileged to be blessed with my good looks. And my hair. On a serious note, I'd like you to all be upstanding and join me in a toast to raise a glass to the bride and groom. So I haven't got a drink, but to Kerry and Jenny.